Look at this picture. It feels very frustrating, doesn't it? When you have the perfect word, the perfect expression, but the moment you try to speak it, it just doesn't come out the same way you want. Sometimes the word slips, sometimes the meaning get distorted, or even when you manage to say it exactly with the way you want, people still don't see the value in it. So why does this gap exist between what you think and what you are able to express? In today's video, we are going to explore why this gap exists and understand what your budget reveals about it and how you can close this gap. So first, we will see when we are trying to improve our communication, are we even approaching it in the right way? Second, where do words truly originate from? Third, we will see how does the expression actually takes place within you. And fourth, what are the topics that you should be talking about? And finally, we will put all of these factors together and try to align them. So pretty much every method you have seen for improving how you speak is built on a flawed assumption. They're all trying to fix the wrong problem. I call it the waiter problem. Imagine you go to a restaurant and the food is really bad. But instead of fixing the food, the manager decides to train the waiter to stand properly, speak nicely, smile more. Now the service will look perfect, but the food is still bad, right? That is exactly what most communication courses do. They only focus on how you speak, your style, and delivery. But you see, the problem was never with the delivery. It was with the food, right? If the food is not good, the customers won't come back. So if food is the problem, then where is the kitchen? Okay, the answer is in the second house. Okay, this is like the second house is like your preparation station where your thoughts are prepared. They are converted into words before you speak them out to the world. You see, the technical name for the second house is called Vachasthana, okay, which literally means it is the house of speech. But it is not about communication in general. It is about the tiny microsecond when an idea is getting dressed up into specific words. It is like your internal word factory. So if any planet is there in the second house, it will act as an invisible filter. It will change the flavor of your words. If you have benefic planets like Jupiter, Mercury, Moon, or Venus, okay, your speaking is easy. Okay, your thoughts naturally turn into clear words. There is no lag or there is no problem. But if a malefic planet is there in the second house, your words will get affected. Saturn will add flavor of negativity and limitation. Mars can make your words sound even more urgent or aggressive. You can say also insulting also. Okay. Uh, if Ketu is there in the second house, you don't even like to speak because you can't just turn your ideas into words. Okay. Uh, Here you have to remember you are not doing this on purpose. Okay, it is just part of your nature. It will happen automatically. So now you have the word. It has been formed in the second house. It has passed through whatever the planetary filter that is sitting there. Now it has to come out. Okay, and that is governed by the third house. Third house is called the house of parakrama. It is the house of courage and initiative. This house governs how you step forward, and stepping forward with your voice is called expression. You see, expression requires a lot of will to take what is inside and project it and or push it out to the world. The third house decides whether that push either happens or doesn't. If the third house is weak, the person has a lot of thoughts, he has a lot of words, but he cannot initiate. They will sit in the meeting and the moments will pass. He will know the answer, but someone else will speak. It is not like they're nervous. It is just that the hesitation is always. You see, whenever the third house is afflicted, the person will try to express, even when that person tries to express, the expression will come out wrong. Okay. The content is fine. If the second house is fine, the content he was delivering is fine. But the way he say it is just very wrong. Whenever there is malefic in the third house, okay, let us say it is Mars in the third house. Okay, the person is too direct. Okay, he is direct to the point of damage. Whatever he says, it feels like he is attacking the other person. All right. So you see, whenever there is malefic in both the second house and the third house, it is problematic. If the second house, if malefics are there in the second house, you will have difficulty forming words in your mind. If malefics are in there in the third house, your way of communication is way too harsh. Okay, these are the two problematic situations. If benefics are there in the second house and third house, it is excellent. Uh, but if malefics are there, they have to be very strong. Okay, they have to be either in own sign or in exaltation to give good results. Otherwise, it is difficult. Now, let's talk about what topics you should discuss with people. But first, why choosing the right topic is important. You see, you can't just talk about random things in your life. You have to be clear and specific about what you speak. Just like water flows from higher altitude to low altitude, knowledge also work in the same principle. If you don't have proper knowledge or expertise in a subject, you won't be able to talk about it confidently. So, how do we find the topics or skills where you have strong knowledge and command? The answer is in Navamsha chart or the D9 chart. It shows the skills and the deep knowledge that your soul has carried from the past life. It tells us the areas where your intelligence works naturally. Okay. Now, suppose this is a Navamsha chart. Okay. What you have to do is you have to focus on three houses: the first house, the fifth house, and the ninth house. And you have to see if there is any planet there in this trine. Okay. If any planet is there, those planet will show the skills and the subject you have already mastered in your previous lives. If you have sun in Navamsha trine, you can have knowledge of governance, leadership, medicine, and spirituality, especially related to self-awareness. You may have an understanding of musical instrument and rhythm. If you have moon in Navamsha trine, you can have knowledge of psychology, public relationship, history. Mars in Navamsha trine can show knowledge of mantra, astrology, crisis management. Okay, Mars is Agni Tattva, so astrology is the science of light, right? So there is a natural connection. It can also show skills in practical areas like cooking and other things. Uh, if you have Mercury in Navamsha trine, you can have knowledge of sports, writing, data analysis, journalism, even classical dance forms. Jupiter in trines will show knowledge of law, philosophy, Vedic scriptures, economics. Venus gives knowledge about fine arts, fashion, design, and management. Saturn in Navamsha trine will give knowledge of a tradition. Okay, it shows fields related to construction, labor, waste management. Rahu in Navamsha trine, you may be drawn towards modern and advanced subjects like technology, AI, cyber security, research, foreign languages. If Ketu is in Navamsha trine, it will give you knowledge of mathematics, programming, astrology, spiritual sciences. Second step is to check the Karakamsha. You can find this by looking at your Atma Karaka. This is the planet with the highest degree in your birth chart. Then see where this Atma Karaka is placed in the Navamsha chart. After that, check the trines from that position. If any planets are there in these trines, those planets will show the skills you strongly want to develop in this lifetime. For example, if Mars is your Atma Karaka and it is present in the 10th house in your D9 chart, then you have to check the trines from that Mars. Look at the planets that are placed in these trine houses from Mars. These planets will tell you the skills that you want to develop in this life. When you speak from the subjects of your Navamsha trine, you will speak with depth and wisdom and mastery because you have already mastered those subjects. You will speak like a authority. But when you talk from the subjects of your Karagamsha trine, you will speak with curiosity, you will speak with hunger because you are currently developing those skills. Many of the times you will see you will try to talk about these subjects of your Karakamsha trine, not Navamsha trine, because you are currently developing the subjects from your Karakamsha. But knowing your topic is not enough. Think about someone you know who is deeply knowledgeable about their field. He is a genuine expert. But when they speak, people lose interest, not because they are wrong, because they are just dumping information. They are giving you everything they know in order it occurs to them. There is no structure, and the information has no relevance to you. It is just information leaving their mouth. Knowledge is not communication. People do not listen to information. They listen to meaning. They listen to relevance. They listen to structure. You can know everything about your subject, but if you cannot convert that knowledge into something the listener can use, they will disconnect within 2 minutes. And this brings us to the final and honestly the most important piece of the entire puzzle. This is the secret ingredient that will turn your raw knowledge into something that people can actually listen to. This is the path to real alignment. The missing link is your natural communication function. What is your job in a conversation? Are you a natural storyteller who can build a whole world around a single piece of information? Are you a clarifier whose gift is to cut through all noise and make things simple? Maybe you are a visionary who has always a different perspective. Or maybe you are a detail oriented person who sees the tiny crucial things that everyone else miss. These are just few examples. There are other styles also, and each style belongs to a specific planet. And here it is the core problem for so many of us. We have seen someone else who is a great communicator and we try to copy them. But we don't realize we are trying to use a function that is not ours. It is like a fish trying to copy a bird. It is exhausting and it will never work. See, the styles that I have talked about in the previous slide is not something just you choose. One of them is already hardwired into your chart. So the question is, how do you identify that specific planet that shows how are you going to communicate to the society? This is not the planet in the second house, third house, or even the lords of those houses. And this is exactly where my book comes in. This is not just about improving communication. This book will help you understand how you connect to the society itself. Finding your unique communication style is just a part of it. We are constantly interacting with society. We receive information, support, opportunities, and resources through society. But the real question is, how is society receiving you? Do they ignore you or they adore you? We live in a society, we speak to people, we work for people, we earn through people. Yet most of us has no idea and clarity on how society is actually wired to respond to us because no one is talking about it. There is a specific planet in our chart that governs this. It shows how society is receiving you, how people are perceiving your value, and how your efforts are accepted in the real world. And this is not a small influence, it shapes how seriously people take you, how your work is valued, and how your life unfolds socially and professionally. That is what this entire framework is built on. Inside the framework book, I've explained this concept in depth along with real life examples. This is where you will learn how to recognize that specific planet in your chart. You will also see how celebrities and people whom society truly admires have used this planet knowingly and unknowingly to connect, to express their value and gain recognition. Along with this, you will get a practical manual where I show you how to analyze that planet step by step, how a retrogression being in Gandanta, its sign position, its house position, the aspects coming onto it, how each of these things will directly impact your life. I know you will have a lot of question and doubt after reading that book. That's why I have created a dedicated Telegram group. Only the people who will buy the book will have the access to it, and it will be a very closed group and focus group. Your questions will be getting attention, and you will get direct guidance and clarity. There are a lot of deeper insights that I couldn't write in the book, which I will continue to share inside the group, helping you truly decode this planet in your life. Members will also receive consultation discounts and access to future work at lower cost. And this is not a recurring system. Once you are in, you remain part of it. So this is not just a book that I am offering. It's a complete ecosystem, the framework, the manual, and a guided community, all designed to help you understand how you truly connect to the society and move forward with clarity.